Alright guys, WebSoak here. Today we are starting a new Minecraft series called New Appalachia. I will be joined by TMC for this
Hey
series.
guys.
So there's TMC, and so this is going to be a very cool series. I think we're doing it's sort of a let's build a city, but with a twist. It already will be
Yeah.
modded, so that's already a twist enough, but that's not the twist here that we're going for. So TMC had this idea to set it in the past and then progress through the years. Then we had decided on how we would do that, so people may be thinking, oh, I don't want to just see some city series where you're just building in the 1900s or something like that. No, that's not how it's going to work. It's going to be a sort of progression through time city building series. So we are starting in the year 1900, so right now in game it is the year 1900. So the way this works is every 2 weeks it will progress 1 year up. And the way that affects the game is we cannot do anything if it has not been invented yet. So you notice the streets are cobblestone. Well, paved asphalt roads were not a thing yet here in the Midwest. So, and yes, we are in the Midwest, but I'll explain more of that shortly. So it was not a thing here. It was cobblestone until the 20s, I'd say. So we have cobblestone and yeah, stuff like that. You can see the street lamps look old, and the building style is all old as well. No modern buildings. So we will just be building through the years and sort of unlocking things as they get invented. And you can even see there's no traffic lights, but yeah, so it will be a very historical series. I think it's going to be fun. I will have my own series on my world, and TMC will also, not on my world, my YouTube channel. TMC will also be uploading a series to his channel as well. So anything you think we should add to that?
Well,
Oh, yes.
oh yeah, we have all the, year specific brands in the city.
Yes,
So there's
so
no McDonald's yet.
there is nothing like McDonald's. It has to exist in the time period for it to be around. You can see there's a gas station over there. I will show you guys more of that later in this video. And I should explain the location. So we picked the United States since that's where we live. And we picked Colorado because we wanted a Midwest, sort of an in-between. We didn't want the South because of Reconstruction, and we didn't want the East Coast because it would look too similar to New York City if we did something on the East Coast. And since we're from New York City, it would be very likely that it would look very similar if we did an East Coast city. So we did a Midwest city. Anything you'd like to add to that?
So specifically, this state is located somewhere in Colorado.
Yeah, so the
And
city is called New Appalachia. And I should mention it will be broken up into 2 major land masses. So New York City has boroughs. We're doing something similar to that. So we will have this West River region, which will be called West Iver. And we have a river dividing the other region on the east side of the river, which will be called East End, spelled with an A, so East End. So you will have that. So we have sort of boroughs. We may break up into a 3rd borough on East End and maybe Westiver, depending on how it develops, because we do have plans for a canal to be going through East End. So we may break that up into another borough. But yeah, so that's sort of what we're doing. I think this will be a very educational series as well. I know a lot of people on this channel like that stuff. So yeah, history. So this will be a very educational series as well as a fun city building series, and it will make the city progress through time, and it will sort of develop its own character. So that will make this Minecraft city unique from other ones, as well as the mods in it. And there is one more thing that a lot of my viewers and TMC's viewers and Tri-T's viewers, so Train Rider is also going to be in this world. We will be doing our own transit systems. So the way that will work is, if you know the history of New York City, they had separate transit companies, and I'd assume other cities might have had something like this, where, you have different companies. You had the BMT, the IRT, the IND. So what we are doing is I will control my company, and I will be building subways and elevated subways. Train Rider will be controlling a ferry company, and TMC will be controlling a sort of streetcar train subway company. It's sort of a subway streetcar company.
Yeah, it's a subsurface streetcar company.
So we will have two sort of competing subway systems that are also competing with a ferry network, because ferries are affected by what the subways choose to do. So that's cool. So we'll have that. And I will go more in depth of my company later in the video. So is there anything else you would like to add before we declare this introed?
Well, um, uh, the subway is the mass transit is not that far away from being done, so that content might be up soon.